we've got a ton to talk about today. The Final Fantasy VII Remake trailer is blowing up the internet in a good way. Warcraft 3 Reforged is doing so in a bad way. And Animal Crossing just shows that Nintendo's really gotta get with the times. What's going on, YouTube? It's Justin, ya boy. Will you go ahead and punch that like button and just let me gush a bit, will ya? Alright gang, we are peak excitement here. This news was a shoo-in for the news dump. No question, no contest, no arguments. I will accept no substitutions. The Final Fantasy VII Remake is looking amazing! We got a big preview of the opening song in this trailer, a tune that honestly plays super well with the game's tone, but fans didn't even blink at that, because we got confirmation of a most magnificent scene making its triumphant return. Cue the video.
Welcome to the Honeybee Inn, Cloud. True beauty is an expression of the heart. A thing without shame, to which notions of gender don't apply. Perfection.
Yes, gang, what you've been waiting for so long is finally here. The Honeybee Inn is back. Cloud will be cross-dressing once again to infiltrate Don Corneo's mansion, and our baby-faced boy is clearly a very pretty girl. Now, there's been some controversy about the inclusion of this scene. It's sort of been going on this entire time that the game has been in development. Some people out there really don't want a shot-for-shot remake of the original, citing that the previous incarnation may be a little problematic for today's times. While there's of course other people out there who want the original scene included in all of its glory, warts and all, do not forget your history. But both groups seem super interested and super pleased with whatever Square seems to be doing with this portion of the game. I've been digging down deep on the internet, and I haven't really seen anything all that negative about what was presented to us. So, great work, Square. Now, of course, everyone, we had more revealed to us than just the Honeybee Inn. Leviathan and Chocobo Mog are going to be making a brand new appearance in the game as summons. We've got this brand new soldier who will likely be dogging Cloud throughout the duration of his time in Midgar. And, of course, Red 13 in the game looking dope as ever, and Genova looking as horrifying and Cronenberg-esque as ever. We also got a shot of the Heligunner boss, one of the big endgame bosses of this original portion in Final Fantasy VII when it was first released. So, I don't know if the Heligunner is going to be the final boss, or if we're instead going to be getting a brand new final boss, an extension of the scene. Really, the sky's kind of the limit with what they plan to do to sort of drag out this portion of the game. And honestly, gang, pretty excited for that. Pretty excited to see what new stuff we get in the Final Fantasy VII universe. But little sidebar here, everyone, something I need to just continually address with every single trailer that comes out for this game. What really has me stoked about this remake more than anything we've seen so far is Sephiroth. Everyone, the way they are handling Sephiroth in this remake is everything I have ever hoped he could be. I'm going to keep hammering this point home, but you absolutely gotta listen to me. You're going to get tired of me saying this, but I gotta tell you, the reason Sephiroth functions so well as a villain in this game is that it seems like you don't know whether or not he's actually there, or if he is just a figment of Cloud's imagination, a resurrection of all of the past trauma he experienced during his time working for Shinra. Sephiroth is going to be horrifying in this game, people. He's going to be much more horrifying in this game than he ever was in the original Final Fantasy VII. You mark my words. But where this Final Fantasy VII Remake seems to have absolutely succeeded, it looks like Warcraft 3 Reforged has absolutely failed. Warcraft 3 Reforged has been absolutely slaughtered by fans who are looking forward to the game. You may be forgiven thinking this might just be another slick meta bomb like what happened with previous controversial games, but this remake of an absolutely beloved classic RTS has been absolutely rejected by fans of the series, and this is just proof that Blizzard continues to let me down. Now, at the time of this recording, over 12,000 people have weighed in on Warcraft 3 Reforged, and the game sits at a mere 0.6 out of 10 on Metacritic, making it one of the lowest fan-rated titles in the website's history. Now, I'm not just talking about games either here, people. Film, TV, music, all possible media you could think of, Warcraft 3 Reforged is one of the lowest rated titles of any of those things. Now, this of course naturally leads to the question, why are people this outraged? Well, a lot of it has to do with what Blizzard promised when they first revealed the game at BlizzCon versus what we are dealing with on release. Warcraft 3 Reforged just doesn't look as good as what was offered at BlizzCon. Let's take a quick little peek at this trailer, little graphics comparison we've got from IGN, and I promise you, upon a single viewing of a small portion of this, you are going to see exactly why people are upset.
Oh no. We're too late. These people have all been infected. They may look fine now, but it's just a matter of time before they turn into the undead. This entire city must be purged.
What? How can you even consider that? There's got to be some other way.
Damn it, Uther. As your future king, I order you to purge this city.
So yeah, there you go, clearly illustrated. But lack of fully animated cutscenes aside, that's not what is fueling this, honestly, I consider justified rage against a remake of one of my favorite RTS games of all time. Now, one of the biggest and most egregious bugs in the game I've seen floating around the internet is the fact that a lot of the cutscenes are simply skipped, with players missing huge key portions of the story. And in a game that is still held up today as one of the pinnacles of RTS storytelling, missing out on any portion of that masterfully written story is just downright inexcusable. Now, hopefully Blizzard can fix these issues going forward, but considering their track record when it came to, like, all of last year, I'm not really holding my breath. And let's close out today's show with some talk about what is probably the most anticipated Nintendo Switch game of the entire year, Animal Crossing New Horizons. Now, while not as disastrous as what has happened with Warcraft 3 Reforged, this information has left fans a little bit disappointed. So it was confirmed this past week by Nintendo of Australia that Animal Crossing New Horizons is only going to have one island per Nintendo Switch console. Even if you have your own separate copy of the game, players will still need their own Switch and own Nintendo account in order to create their own island. Now, Nintendo did offer a little bit of a cool compromise in regards to this information. Now, you'll not only be able to have 8 separate accounts playing Animal Crossing New Horizons on the same Switch, but up to 4 players will be able to play on this island simultaneously, fishing, shaking trees, catching bugs, annoying animal residents, all those little bits of Animal Crossing that you love to do that's very therapeutic. You'll be able to do that with other people to your heart's content. Now, I'd be lying to you all if I said I was personally upset by this news, because it honestly doesn't really affect me. As far as my household goes, I am the only person interested in Animal Crossing, so that island belongs to me. But I'm sure others sharing Nintendo Switch consoles may be a little disappointed, as Nintendo treats this game more like a handheld than a console title, with all of the stigmas that come attached to that. Now, we're just going to have to gauge how community reactions go when this game finally drops, but I really don't see this making as big a splash as some people have been talking about. And that's the big news from this past week that I've got for you. Final Fantasy VII Remake, 1, Warcraft 3 Reforged, 0, Animal Crossing 0.5, I guess? I'm not super sure how to rate that title in particular. But why don't you tell me how you feel about any of these titles down in the comments if you're interested. Hit me with your game hype, and I'll hit you with mine. 2020 is still looking to be a stellar year in gaming, so I'm hoping that we can have some great conversations and enjoy it all together. And as is customary, we gotta check that nerd card before we get out of here. And it's gonna be a Final Fantasy related question because I can do what I want. Now, Vincent Valentine did not make an appearance in this first chapter of the Final Fantasy VII Remake. He ain't showing up. Sorry, Vincent fanboys. But his father actually does. Who is Vincent Valentine's father? Go ahead and let us know down in the comments for a chance at a shout out in a future Den of Nerds gaming video. Now, as we always say, hope you're all having an awesome and nerdy day, and I will see you all in our next video.